on in, Mike. And you're late, but I appreciate you coming in.
I had a little traffic coming through. Had just a little traffic that was going on.
Okay, well, have a seat. Come on, let's talk about the opportunity. So, I viewed your resume. I see you applied to serve as the manager for this upcoming program. Tell me a little bit about your experience.
Well, I've been doing brand ambassador work for a little bit. As far as management, I've done a couple things. I've done a couple things like team lead, help manage the staff, like far as setting up the event, and I managed probably like three to four people. Just telling them what they need to do at the event. It's really cool doing it and all, but I just like managing people and showing people how to get things done.
Okay. You just stated that you have only managed 3 to 4 events, but I'm looking at your resume and you have well over 10 events that you've managed. So what's the truth?
Well, it was like I partially managed those events. So they originally hired me as a brand ambassador. When I was there, they told me to help out with extra certain things, and so I felt like it was they just basically placed me in the management role, even though I was a brand ambassador.
So you haven't really necessarily managed people.
I have. Like I said, I managed about 3 or 4 people.
Okay.
To help with setup and everything.
Did you look over the program details and understand what's required?
You mean for your program?
Yes, for this program.
Oh yes, I was able to glance at it.
Okay, so you do understand you're going to have to manage more than 15 brand ambassadors, and you will have to work with on-site contacts.
I think I can handle that.
All right, Mike. That's all. Thank you for coming in today.
You plan on what's the next step for us?
Well, I have a couple more people to interview, but I'll let you know, and I'll be making a decision within the next day or so.
All right, sorry for me being late, just traffic,
Okay.
It's always coming up and down, especially during this time. It's just a lot of traffic, you just have to just work with me on that with the traffic. But I can make it to the event on time in the future.
All right. Well,
All right.
Thank you for coming in. I appreciate your time.
All right. Thanks.
All right, EXPs, we're back. And I know you guys saw that crazy interview. And let's be honest, that interview with Mike for a potential opportunity it was just horrible. But I want to ask you, would you hire Mike to execute a potential program for you? Does he represent everything that an EXP should have? In my opinion, heck no. I would definitely not hire Mike for the opportunity. He did not exude an outgoing personality. He was not presentable. And more importantly, he was not professional as he showed up late. So if you guys haven't guessed it already, today we're going to be talking about things that you can implement to ensure you kill any interview and land that opportunity as a experiential marketing professional. So let's jump right into it with my first tip. Always make sure you dress the part. We talk about this all the time. Presentation is everything. First impressions are everything. If you'll be attending an in-person interview, it's important that you not only ask what the attire is required, oftentimes it'll be business casual, that you'll need to wear to the interview. And if you will be conducting a Skype or a Zoom interview, make sure that you have a clean shirt on, preferably one which highlights, goes great with your skin tone and highlights your face and your features. I love blue, so blue is always a great color for me. And also make sure that you are clean and you're well groomed. For girls, making sure your hair is neat, you don't have on too much makeup, light lip gloss. And for guys, just making sure that you're clean shaven and you took the time, to fix your hair that morning. Nobody wants to see you on your bad hair days, especially when you're looking to obtain a potential opportunity. So if the opportunity requires you to attend an in-person interview, take the time, the night prior, pick out your outfit, make sure it's ironed, make sure you have on, solid colors, slacks, your belts, that you look presentable. And for Skype or Zoom interviews, just take, at least an hour prior to make sure that you have cleaned yourself up and you look presentable on camera. I always like to take a few minutes prior to an interview just to turn my camera on selfie mode, just to take a look at myself and make sure I don't have anything in my teeth, that my face, is free from any dirt, and that my shirts are also free from any stains or anything that I may have eaten, for lunch or breakfast that day. So always dress the part and ensure that you are presentable. Tip number 2, make sure that you sell your experience. Yes, you have been brought in because you made it past the first stages of a potential opportunity. And now the account manager or experiential marketing agency or staffing coordinator is interested in moving forward with you. So first of all, congratulations. Your resume made it through and now you have moved into this opportunity. If you haven't already, make sure you guys refer back to my video on, some quick resume tips that I provided you to ensure that you are able to obtain and kill this in-person interview. So let me jump right back into it. Sell your experience. When you've been asked to come in or asked to conduct a interview via in-person or online, via Zoom or Skype, make sure that you are talking and selling your experiences. Yes, we all get asked that crazy question, and for some it can be daunting. Tell me a little bit about yourself. And if you have not rehearsed or been asked this question frequently when you're applying for potential opportunities, then you may not know how to start and answer this question. Well, one thing that I always like to keep in mind when I'm asked this question is first, sell myself and sell my experiences. However, it's important to remember, sell your experiences more than you sell yourself. Yes, it's okay to talk about you and your background a little bit, but please do not go overboard and talk about what you've done and who you are and all your education and, every event and everything that you have, executed as an EXP. Instead, work on a script. Talk about the key events and the key programs that you have learned and your takeaways and your experiences from that. So, prime example, Jae, tell me a little bit about yourself. Well, for one, I've been executing events for well over 10 plus years. I've had the opportunity to work in every facet of the experiential marketing industry. And the great thing about my experience is that I started at the entry level as a brand ambassador. And I've been able to work my way up now to a CDLA tour and production manager. The great thing about that is that I've been able to, start at the bottom, which has allowed me to not only progress within the experiential marketing industry, but I also understand what is required to excel at every position. You see, that was very quick, short, to the point, but you got a quick glimpse of my experience because I told you that I started at the entry level and I've worked my way up. So now, I used, some of me personally and talked about that, but I also worked and built up to selling my experiences. And that's just a quick snippet, but from there, you can build on that, talk about a program that you executed, a key learning lesson, and how that has been able to shape your overall experience and the lessons that you've learned as an EXP. Because at the end of the day, account managers, staffing coordinators want to hear how you're going to be an asset and benefit any potential program in which they are staffing for. So always sell your experience and sell your skills and assets. Work between making sure that you keep a fine line between selling all of you and those experiences. Next thing, if you are interviewing for a potential opportunity and it's one in which you are really looking to obtain and you're excited about, take the time to do research prior. Whether it's an automotive tour that you may be, being considered for and maybe managing or may work in a team capacity as a EXP tour team member, whether it's a program which will involve you having to sample a certain product or learn about a potential technological device or food. Take the time to learn about the company, do your history check, do your background check, and have some key talking points and things that you could connect with when you're on the interview with the account manager or staffing coordinator. A lot of times when you are interviewing for opportunities, these account managers and staffing coordinators want to see, your knowledge working with that particular brand, product, or one that may be similar to the potential program in which they are staffing for. Oftentimes, they do not disclose the brand or the potential product or service until you are in the final stages of being awarded the opportunity. And one more thing to also note, if you interview with the account or staffing coordinator and they just love your energy and they love your personality, you may be required to interview with the client as they may be extremely hands-on and want to make the final decision in choosing which EXPs will represent their program. Making sure that you take the time to research a potential brand or product that you will be, executing as an EXP prior, it opens up the doors and it changes the game for you, because when you're on that interview with the client and you're talking about, the benefits of their product and service and what you've been able to research and how you can connect with it and how it's relatable in your life, guess what? The client loves that because you are selling yourself. And not only that, it shows that you took the time and you made the effort to learn about their brand, their product, their service prior to even speaking with them. So those small, intricate, and little details go a long way, and you have to make sure that you implement that. My next tip, make sure that you come with any questions that you have. Oftentimes, agencies, account managers, staffing coordinators, and even clients, they don't expect you to ask a lot of questions, but they do give you the opportunity and may ask, hey, do you have any questions for me? Is there anything that I covered that you don't know? And this is your chance to come in there and ask those questions. Whether it is the compensation, set, is it negotiable? How do you foresee me as a potential EXP or, as a tour manager? Where do you foresee my role in executing this program? What are your program goals overall, and how can I assist you with that? Having an open line of communication and also being open to constructive criticism is important. So come with any questions that you may have, whether that's with the account manager, staffing coordinator, or the client, because it'll show that you are engaging and you are there and you're willing to work with them throughout the process to ensure that you are a great fit for the program. And lastly, have fun when you're going through this interview process. I know it can be a little strenuous. You can get nervous. You might have anxiety prior because you don't know if you'll be considered and if the client or the agency will provide you with this potential opportunity. I mean, it is a big deal. And after years and years of going through numerous interviews, I can tell you, I've been there. I've been nervous. Oftentimes I didn't know whether I would be given the opportunity. I mean, it could go either way because they're not just talking to you, they're talking to other EXPs for the same opportunity. But when you're interviewing for potential opportunities, ensure that you exude an outgoing personality. Yes, I know it can be a little daunting. You might be nervous, you might have a little anxiety prior to an interview, and you just want to make sure that you land it, you answer all the questions right, and you are awarded the opportunity. But don't be so nervous that it takes away from you showing your personality. Yes, you're on the phone and you're speaking with an account manager, staffing coordinator, or a client, and you might be a little conservative. But agencies, they want to see your personality. So smile when you can, or as often as you can, and always, just exude that personality as if you were executing an event. Now, I'm not saying to be loud and obnoxious and all over the place. I'm not saying that. But you just got to find that balance and make sure that you are, showing your personality, selling your experiences, and also, in tune and very attentive to, what, the roles and responsibilities will be, and that you are not only selling your experiences, but that you are giving those account managers and staffing coordinators a reason to consider you for the opportunity. Practice, practice, practice. Have your top 3 programs that you loved working, that you enjoyed, and a program that, you had a learning experience from, and be able to, explain those programs and what made them unique and why they have assisted you in growing as an EXP. Experiences sell you as an EXP, and ultimately, account managers, staffing coordinators, clients, they like to see that you are not only in tune with their brand, that you took the time to research and to learn about the opportunity, but that you are confident and you exude a confidence and a personality which screams, hey, I'm qualified and I have the skills and the tools to be able to successfully execute this potential program. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. One quick thing to note, join the conversation, follow me on social media at Jae Davis EXP 1-on-1. Use the hashtag EXP 1-on-1, and just provide me with your feedback and thoughts. I'll also be providing you with the top 5 questions that account managers, staffing coordinators, and even clients ask, for a potential interview to assist you in preparing for that interview prior. So make sure you click that link in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video today, let me know, how do you prepare for an interview? What are some things that you've been able to incorporate over the years that has assisted you in obtaining opportunities as an EXP? I like to know. I'm always open and willing to learn. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to receive notifications on this as well as future videos, and ring that bell as well. Remember, as EXPs, you are a brand within a brand, so make sure you represent yourselves accordingly. See you guys soon.